Hello! Welcome to a journey through space and time. Running out of time, haven't we? Welcome to Recovery Month with me, your host, Nathan. It is 2013. I think I explain this every time, don't I? It's 2013 because I'm buying back a year every day. So every day represents a year that I drank or used substances. We've taken them all back, taken them back. Thanks very much, that'll be mine. So it is 2013 today. Again, once more we go into 2013. What's happened? Someone's done some independent research for me here. Well, huge backstaff that I've got for this, i.e. my own insanity. We have, no. Lance Armstrong admits that he has illegally used some sort of doping mechanism to win every single Tour de France. The dream's over. I didn't see this coming. I didn't see it coming. Tell you what, if you haven't kept up with this, you've just missed a very, very good punchline by my own very poor standards. Right, what else we got? Some sort of meteor caused all sorts of damage in Russia. Missed this, injured thousands, like 1,600 people. Damage done to thousands. See the space theme I've kept up with. Damage done to thousands of buildings. What are you doing at this time, Nathan? We have got North Korea still doing the same old thing. Nuclear testing. Playing with the earth. Like it's some sort of glass ball. God help us. We have the old NCA thing. I sort of remember a bit of this. As I say, memories are vague, but we have the National Security Agency thing going on in America, didn't we? What was the name of the fellow? I didn't write it down. Edward Snowden. Where it suddenly, transpired that basically the names and addresses of everyone in America and the globe were easily accessible to anyone who wanted them. As if that there was some supreme power, not God, who was gathering information on everyone so they could control them like some puppeteer for their own ends, i.e. just treat them like a consumer and not a human being. That's what it looked like. And Edward Snowden outed it all and said that's what has been going on. They didn't take too kindly to it, nor would they. The truth. Don't do the truth. It's horrible. Might find us out. Us. Who are they? That us also released the PlayStation 4. So grown men everywhere continue their love affair with gaming. Good on them. Carry on. Sensible Soccer is where I ended. I think I mentioned it. Now we catch up, don't we? Because it was all a bit of a doodah yesterday where I had to send the thing out early, and I made a series of predictions in order to make a point. I think you will remember that. If you remember nothing else, the man's an addict, and occasionally comes up with some point, albeit bloody flimsy. So, what were the points that I made, or predictions rather? Predictions. Points is wrong. God, it's not predictions. So, predictions that I made. So, the first one, number one, numero uno, was spider or oats. See if the spider, see if the oats, spider, monkey and Captain Oats, one of those would text me first thing. Now, Captain Oats did text me with a positive. I said he usually does positive messages. He did. It was have a wonderful day, you glorious human being, something along those lines. Have a positive and productive day. However, it did come later on in the day, whilst I was on, the chain gang with the crew, and he's yet to confirm, even though texts have been going backwards and forwards, whether he saw the thing and then sent me the text, because it was I was busily painting someone's hallway at that time. Now a little bit about one of the predictions that might not come true, so I'm going to give him that half a point. Number two, I will successfully upload this before going to work. Well, that's a tick. Okay, I did. Thank God. Oh, Where's Nathan? How can I carry on for the rest of the day? It's okay, you can. Whoever that one person was. It will be raining slightly in the morning. No, wrong. Beaming sunshine all day. All day. In fact, I was working indoors. I wish I would have been doing something else, but I actually ended up working indoors. Beaming sunshine. Wrong. I took an umbrella. Didn't need to. It's interesting, mate. Number 4. Rio. Oh, Rio. Rio and Doris will be at the non-voluntary shenanigans that I'm cattle prodded into with Doris. Rio and Doris to be there along with 3 others who I've not seen before. Rio didn't turn up. He got wind of what we were doing and gave it a miss. Don't blame him. And as did Doris, but 3 others did arrive, and I didn't know them. I didn't know them at all. And one fellow was absolutely hilarious. We were at the place where we were working, which ties in with number 5. We might as well carry them all in. We were helping out at a church. We didn't. We went to some old dear's house and helped her paint her house as a favour. So both of those were wrong by some mark. But the 3 other people did arrive, and one of them was so hilarious. He said, "Are you at proper old school?" Excuse me, proper old school. He said, "Are you Nathan?" I went, "Yes." You know, me trying to act like a G, like a gangster. It's not going to work, is it? Yes, I am. Okay. We'll call the place I live, for the sake of argument, Shadwell, just so I can, so I don't have to divulge where exactly I am. And he said, "Who's in charge?" I don't know. Of what? Shadwell. Who's in charge of the whole thing? I don't know. Oh, I get you. No, I really don't know. We'll chat later. Who do you think I am? Absolutely crackers. Got over. Oh, I'm with you. I'm not the Messiah. Of course you're not. I'm with you. Right, number 6. Got both of those wrong. My parents will get stuck in traffic and be late. They did get stuck in traffic, but they weren't late. So half a point for that one. And then it goes into 7 and 8. Which we'll carry on to because there are because something happened along. So before we get to my parents will get stuck in traffic, they did. Before that happened, I got a text. Didn't make a note of this. I might miss it. I'll have to tell you. I got a phone call, not a text, from a lady called Breffney, who was my counsellor at rehab. Now, in order for me, so there were 2 people in rehab that were really. I wouldn't use the word life-changing for me because they were really life-changing. Breffney was one of them. I'll explain both of them. Come with me if you will. Use your imagination. We've all got one. Use your imagination and suspend reality for a second. Picture yourself in a forest. A slight snow on the ground. The crunch of snow. Wind rustling through the trees as they whisper their secrets to you. As you walk through that forest, you're lonely and you're tired, and you spot in the distance a cottage, lovely old inglenook cottage, wooden beamed, smoke chuffing out of the chimney. In the window of this cottage there's a pie, freshly cooked pie. You think, God almighty, I'm so tired, and you make your way towards that cottage. As you fall at the door, you knock on the door, and the door opens. And there is the cook of that pie, a lovely, kind-faced woman. Eyes like glistening jewels of blue. I think that's their colour. And her eyes, like cheeks, not her eyes. Her cheeks like red cherries. Warm, homely woman, marvellous. In she invites you, and on this gingham spread dining table, there is all manner of hot pies and cups of tea. There's a roaring fire. She's got a little rocking chair. You know, it's covered in one of those knitted throws. You know, the knitted ones that's over there. And she feeds you, and she's got a very calming voice. That was my counsellor, Breffney. I love her. I'd have moved in with her. I think I asked. Oh, Breffs, we got along so well. You got inside here, you understood me. Can I move in? to that wonderful fantasy land. Now, the other person lives at the edge of the forest. His name's Simon. Lives at the edge of the forest. He lives in a cave. He is a Shaolin monk. He sits in this sits in this cave, cross-legged, in the full ceremonial orange Buddhist gear. Sits there, cross-legged, staring at a flame. You've made your way out of the cottage. You've been told you need to go and see this guy. He sits there, contemplating what it is to be human, whilst looking at that flame in a very deep, reflective way. He barely moves. Occasionally, he will look up at you and make some one-line comment that will get you to question your entire existence. And indeed he did with me. He, in many ways, is half responsible for all this. He made a couple of suggestions to me that reignited this whole thing, where I questioned who I was, what I was doing, and what I was capable of. It's his fault. It's that monk called Simon in that cave, just away from Breffney's cottage, that is responsible for this going on. So, anyway, Breffney's called me. We're back. We're back. Phone call. Basically, Breffney's asked me to come back and do a recovery talk at rehab. But why did you say that, Nath? Because it wouldn't have been as interesting, would it? Can you come and do a recovery talk at rehab for the next batch that are going through? Yes, I can. Can you also bring along your pet spider monkey? I can. Bit annoyed at the latter because, well, the professional indemnity insurance that you have to fork out for taking a exotic pet into a rehabilitative environment is astronomical. Didn't think of that, did they? Won't be able to claim it back either. So they asked me to do that. Didn't predict that, did I? Didn't predict that on that old pad of predictions. So that was that. Parents were a bit late now, but parents came, didn't expect either of these things either. They've been to Kefalonia recently, in Greece, one of the Greek islands. Very nice as well. If you've never been and are able to go, I suggest you should. They brought back some Greek honey, lovely oak flavoured or something. Very nice anyway, and Greek. So they bought that for us, and this, my dad got me this t-shirt. Nothing to do with Greece at all. I think he found it at the airport. Better buy the boy something. Nearly died this year. Feel a bit sorry for him, although it is his fault. So they got me this. It's a frog with sunglasses on. Probably wondering about this sticker here, if you can see it. It says, "Unite against fascism." I always think it's a good idea. I've been in town recently, in Shadwell town, recently, and there were some people there trying to unsuccessfully rouse the lumpen proletariat of Shadwell into some sort of demonstration against fascism and racism. I couldn't hang around to go on that particular march. I would have done, but all for a bloody good cause. They were really nice people. I stopped and had a chat to them. Gorgeous, wonderful people. It's all people I like speaking to now, i.e. real ones. So we had the whole convince. Can you convince? Oh yeah. Well, there's a bit about the pizza, wasn't it? I was going to try this prediction that my dad was going to go on about pizza. I was going to suddenly get obsessed with pizza and try and convince my entirely foreign fiance. Oh, the angel that guides me through life's troubled airways. Half a point for that one. So neither of that come true, but what it did though is it sort of inspired in me. I sort of thought, well, what do I fancy for today? On Saturday I'll do like you know Saturday. But last Saturday we speak to each other, I think. I'm looking at the calendar. Can't be bothered to check it out. I think it is. I like a good bit of tucker and some sort of ceremonial bath with some meditative music to ease my woes and troubles. I was trying to think, what do I have? But I then remembered that Captain Oates had already implanted in me the idea. We was discussing what's your favourite food? Is it lasagna? Is it curry? Is it? Oh, me and Oates come to the conclusion. No, ours isn't. Medieval food. Medieval. Whole chickens being held in your hand. Racks of ribs. Lumps of cheese. Food that you only eat on a metal plate with a dagger. That's what I like. That's my favourite. As it is Oates' favourite as well. That's why I love him, That's why I consider him like a brother. So medieval food. So my significant other, my future wife, doesn't get any more romantic than that, surely, does it? Has scooted off to allow me to rattle on to you for a bit to get that medieval food, and then we will be settling down after a fairly hectic start to the day. So, what was the point in all this predicting, Nate? What was the point in going on and making endless predictions? My point was this. It's not that I say don't make plans. That's not the point. Don't be ambitious. That's not the point. What I'm saying is, if you set up a series of solid things in your mind that are going to happen, without a doubt, and you make all sorts of plans in regards to those predictions that you've made, when you get to there and they don't happen, we as addicts will immediately, well, anyone as a human would feel disappointed and agitated. The difference with an addict is, when we don't like what's going on here, we change here. So if you get there and don't like it, your first thing is, I'll just change me. Well, if you're nice and loosey-goosey, bit flexible, then when you get there, you don't have to deal with that predicted thought or event, because you only penciled it in. That was the point I was making, and I thought, in some sort of crazy way, I did make it. So I'm gonna leave you for now, because I have a very special guest this weekend, and I will keep some things to myself. But let's just say I am a very, 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 very happy man. And I will leave you with an entire truck. In fact, there's a truck coming towards me now. It's going to come through that wall, and in that truck, I don't mind it, come on in, because the old truck's full of peace and love. Have it. See you later.